Let's start!
Now we have this beautiful square edge with its 90 degrees on each vertex. But what happens if we divide it by 2? As you can see, the 90 degree divided by 2 will be 45. The other side will also be 45, but the other one will stay as 90. As you can see, we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. Now we have a triangle with 45, 45 and 90. Let's call each side A, B and C. If A equals 1, then we will denote B and C. Now remember, it was a square. That means that side A and B will equal the same, meaning that B is 1. Now, to get C, you'll have to multiply by the square root of 2. So 1 times the square root of 2 will give us the square root of 2. In conclusion, A1, B1, C square root of 2. The 30, 60, 90 triangle. Now, as you can see, this marvelous equilateral triangle that has 60 degrees on each vertex. Now, if we divide by 2, you can see that the 60 degree turns out to be a 30 degree and the other side will be a 90 degree. And we have a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Now, how will you solve for a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle? First, let's call each side A, B and C. Imagine A is 1. Then we need to know B and C. Now, it was an equilateral triangle, and as you can see, 1 is a half of C, meaning that you will have to multiply by 2. So let's multiply 1 by 2, which gives us 2. Now, let's get C. To get C, you'll have to multiply by the square root of 3. So 1 times the square root of 3 will be the square root of 3. Now, what happens if you find yourself in one of Miss Janie's tests? Now we have our triangle with side AC, and this time the hypotenuse is 6. We know that to get from A to 6 we have to multiply by 2. This time we'll divide. So 6 over 2 will give us 3. Now to get C, we'll have to multiply 3 by the square root of 3, which gives us 3 square root of 3. What about if Miss Janie sends you out to measure the height of trees? Let's say you're standing in a measurement of 5 meters from the tree, with your clinometer looking up to the tree. And oh! Casually, it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle! Now, let's draw the triangle we made. We need side A and B and the measurement 5. Now, we will get A by dividing by the square root of 3, which is 5 over square root of 3, but it can't be because a square root cannot be on the denominator. So we'll multiply to get rid of it. So we have 5 square root of 3 over square root of 9, which is 5 square root of 3 over 3. And that's A. Now to get it B, you remember we have to multiply by 2. So 5 square root of 3 over 3 times 2 is 10 square root of 3 over 3. So here it is. We will have 5 square root of 3 over 3 and 10 square root of 3 over 3.